Canada's Drag Race is really trying to do its big one right now. Hi, hello everyone, my name is Jer, and the socks are on, so it's really not gay if you don't think about it. Canada's Drag Race All-Stars is finally happening. Down Under versus the World found dead in a ditch. I mean, not found at all, no one even knows anything about it. Today I'm gonna be reacting about the casting, as well as some general thoughts about how I think they're gonna do. Let's get into this, but first, last time I talked to y'all about this crystal light, a lot of y'all in the comments said, mix it with the water first and then put the ice, and that actually made a huge difference. Unfortunately, it's like 70% humidity and it's very hot, so the ice melted already, but it turned out a lot better. So this cast has gagged me a little bit fiercely, I won't lie. A couple of months ago, I did a reaction towards rumors of who might be cast. A couple of them turned out to be true, others not, and one shocked me. What bums me out about Crave is that they don't really trust the Canada's Drag Race franchise in its All-Stars or All-Stars adjacent formats. They've consistently given Versus the World only 6 episodes, and it appears that they are also giving All-Stars a 6-episode treatment. That sucks, man. We don't get enough time with this cast. And I was really hoping that for the first official All-Stars that we would get a proper 10-episode season. I mean, hell, I would have been fine with 9. I think what needs to happen is that people need to tune in for Canada's Drag Race and show Crave that people want to see this franchise. The casting is an interesting mixed bag. We have a lot of endgamers and 2 early outs. It's very reminiscent of mainline Drag Race All-Stars, where we had finalists like Raven, Jujubee, Manila, Latrice making top 4, Pandora making very close to the finale, Chanel, Nina Flowers, and then Tammy Brown and Mimi M first. Now I want to clarify, I don't think that Boxx or Tiffany Ann Co are an archetype of Tammy Brown or Mimi M first at all. I'm not implying that. More just that the positioning is a little frustrating. There's always that wild card. They went home really early and then they come back and they kill it. There's always that possibility. But I think when you place early outs with super hard hitters like Michaela Couture, Aurora Matrix, and mother freaking Jada, Shada, Hudson, it just doesn't seem like the power balance is quite equal. And so in this video, I'm gonna be sharing how far I think people are gonna go. Based on very simple mathematics, we can assume that one person's gonna go home every week, there will be no double saves, and there will be a top 4. That's the assumption we're going in under. We're gonna go in alphabetical order. So first up, we have Aurora Matrix looking so gorgeous. Holy smoke, she looks good. That mug is so muggy. I love the color turquoise as a color pop. She's got that on her earrings, she's got that on the eye makeup. I wish that her nails were that color too and not that grayscale, just to add a little bit of vibrancy, but I love the structure of this look. I like this upside down triangle with these intricate folds in it. That little breast cutout is really fun. I love the gloves, they're very Tron. And this is a fun callback to her original look, which has a very similar structure with the way that it had the wings in the front, and there was that drapey piece of fabric right down the middle that went between the legs. It's very similar kind of silhouette, and I love that it's a familiar reference for her. I'm not surprised to see Aurora in this cast. She made top 2 in her original run. She had 2 maxi wins, and her runway package was kind of sick. I still am in the camp that I wish Aurora won her original season, and I feel like because she was so close to winning the first time, there's gonna be a fire under her ass to do even better, and to exceed all of her expectations she had before. I'm already calling now, Aurora's gonna be top 4. I think there's no universe where Aurora doesn't make the finale. I would love a universe where she and Nearah have to lip sync at least one more time, because I love when there are storylines that overlap from a prior season. 2 contestants lip sync against each other, it's killer, then they come back to All Stars and get to lip sync battle one more time, and one comes out victorious. Either someone gets the second laugh or there's a redemption of some kind. Those moments make me insanely happy on Drag Race, when they happen naturally, of course, not a forced storyline. I'm very excited to see Aurora again. I think she's gonna be a great time on this season, and I am absolutely gonna be rooting for her to win, but it's tough because there are 2 others in this lineup who I also want to win. Next up, we have Jackie Cox. You can't put her in a box. The look is a little confusing. Jackie, mute this. Please don't watch this part. It's sort of like if you were to ask an AI to create what they thought a drag queen looked like and it would make this outfit. I don't understand the green circular earrings with the Morse code print that she has on the arm sleeves. I don't see the correlation with the sleeves on the back. I don't understand that electric yellow piping with that kind of soft lilac color. The straps that go down into the boots bring it to fetish, and then those look very latexy, which they're great boots. It's just kind of a simple corset with a lot of color detail on it. But that mug and the hair is where the money is. I think that Jackie could have just come out wearing a super simple flowy number, and I think that would have been fine. This look is just a little confusing to me, much like her presence here on this season, because Jackie appeared on Drag Race US season 12, and this is the same kind of problem that I had with Jimbo being on All Stars 8, is that Jimbo did not compete on Drag Race US. Jimbo competed on an international season, and maybe that was the gateway drug to get her into the US, but Jackie did not appear on Canada's Drag Race. I feel like unless it's a versus the world, if you did not appear in front of the host, being on a regular All Stars should be reserved for people who did. And maybe others didn't pick up the phone. Although I doubt that. I'm sure that some of them are waiting for their opportunity. I know Miss Mosu is waiting to come back, and I would have loved to have seen Miss Mosu. I love Jackie Cox, and I would love to see her on Drag Race US All Stars, especially in this new bracketed format. I think it'd be cool to see her for an extended amount of time, because I think she would have gotten more episodes on a US bracketed system than she will on Canada's Drag Race, especially with the Beaver format. The Beaver is all about social connections and the game that you're playing among your fellow peers, if they're still following that, and I'm assuming they will. Jackie doesn't have relationships theoretically with many of these queens, at least not that we've seen on camera, and so there's not those tight-knit bonds like there are between queens like Nearah and Aurora, who are on the exact same season as each other, or Michaela and Tiffany, who are on the same season. Like, those bonds just aren't there for Jackie, and so I feel like it'll be harder for her to maintain or establish any type of dominant persona in that room, because she's kind of the outsider of this group. Granted, I don't know if Rue would give her flowers either, where Brooke would be more likely to do so. Jackie could have won Gay's Anatomy, Jackie could have won the product challenge, and Jackie could have won that one woman show. She didn't win any of those, even though there was valid reason to give her wins. So I don't know, maybe Brooke will actually recognize Jackie's talent. It'll depend on the challenge order and what they do. I want to make it clear, I love Jackie, I just don't know if this is the right format for her. Maybe a Canada versus the world would have been better. Maybe even Jackie could have been on Global All Stars if that had not been flushed down the toilet. I'm expecting Jackie to go home second or third episode purely because I just don't think she's got the social clout to stay very long. Next up we have Jada, Shada, Hudson. Ooh! I'm so happy Jada's here, I can't even lie to y'all. I love Jada, Shada, Hudson. Our local got topped by a ghost in the middle of the night, and she felt something in her booty butt, and there was a little quiver, and she noticed that the door was open, and she looked it up and found out that specters could come and top you in the middle of the night. I love that Jada broke up that typical Drag Race fatigue that happens at the near end of the season by spilling some supernatural tea. She is so effortlessly iconic for that. On Jada's first run, you can go back to my old YouTube channel, I pinned her as being top 4. I could just tell by something in her energy that she is a star, and I was not wrong about that, my initial thought. And so I'm already pinning Jada as being top 4 here. Jada is a superstar, and I know that she's gonna give it, at least when it comes to the challenges. Runways, I think, are gonna be a different story. Jada had 2 hits in her season. That was Sissy That Sidewalk and the paint look. Both of those were excellent. A lot of her other runways were a little subpar. With All Stars, they're gonna be looking at everything with a magnifying glass. So I worry that that's gonna hold Jada back. Jada has 1 maxi challenge from her original season. I think she probably could have had 2. And if she has to lip sync, I think the majority of these girls would not survive against her. So we'll see what happens. I love Jada. I think I like this outfit enough. I'm not really a fan of the way that panty is coming out the bottom of the corset. I think that's just the way that she's posed, because it looks like she's kind of hitting this mark where her leg is stuck out, right? She's cracking that ankle, and then she's twisted her body so the corset is going poof. And so that's kind of creating this illusion that it's not lined up with the panties, where I think it is. It just wasn't tight enough. It needed to be yanked. I like the asymmetry of this look. When you zoom in and really look at all the details, these are computer parts. That's so cool. It literally looks like a circuit board. What was the prompt of this? This is cool as hell. There's a lot of really interesting details with the wires that are coming out from around the gloves. I love the hoops and all of the cables that are everywhere. It literally looks like she dismantled like 10 different computers to put this look together. And that's on resourcefulness. This hat is going on a journey. It keeps slipping, my head's too big. I'm just so excited for Jada to be back. I love this girl so much. Next up, we have the pork chop of Canada's Drag Race. In my opinion, you only qualify as a pork chop if you were eliminated season 1, episode 1, which Juice was. I think that they're gonna do quite well as far as glowing up is concerned, but it does feel a little imbalanced that Juice is literally the pork chop of Canada's Drag Race, has no time on the show, has not done any challenges other than one design challenge, and is here among literal finalists. I am a huge fan of the look. I'm enjoying the typical streamer headphones. I like that everything's been painted. I like the neon colors. It's very fun. I think black and rainbow always go well. And these are cool color splotches. Those Club Kid boots are very fun. I love those tie-dye laces. These leg warmers, those are really cute. I like that they're cut kind of right down the middle in this graphic magenta. I think it would have been a funny nod if there was the Twitch purple on here somewhere. Maybe as a primary color. Maybe even those headphones could have been Twitch purple, but maybe she didn't want to get in trouble. I don't know. Just a little wink and a nudge. I think the black lip works on her. I think she's styled well. She looks like she's there for a good time. I don't have a lot of expectations, but I also don't believe that she's gonna go home first. We'll see how far she goes, but I'm very excited. Next, we have Michaela Couture. Girl, those shoes are crazy. I'm so excited that Michaela gets to come back and gets to compete over again because I really feel like her initial run was sweet and special, but it was a little clouded by some of the drama between her and Xana. And so I'm glad to see that she was cast without Xana here, that they weren't trying to manufacture drama, force any storylines to happen, and cloud up her run with somebody else who she had some friction and tension with the first time around. Michaela has a singular maxi win, and so I think going into this, she's gonna be hungry to get more. I'm really curious about what the format's gonna be. Will it be a top 2 lip sync to send someone home? Or will it be winner and then you get a beaver and save someone? I would love if there were 2 lip syncs an episode. Top 2 lip sync for the beaver and then someone has to lip sync at the bottom. I don't know, it would never happen, but I would love that. I am pinning right now, Michaela's gonna be top 4. I don't know if she'll break top 2 though. I'm so excited for her confessionals because I think that's where she killed it the most. She's such a personable human being. I enjoy the structure of this outfit. It's very businesswoman meets the future. I think those graphic lines are really interesting going up the side, creating a kind of computer chip effect in those soft pastels. I like that it's even coming down the skirt. What I don't love is the peplum. That feels like a second thought. An incomplete thought, if you will. I don't like the way that it's sitting. It looks like it's meant to be a part of a different outfit, but she just wanted a little more structure, so they tacked something else onto it. When I think easily that could have just been removed and it could have been this sleek pencil skirt moment with the big structured collar. I think that would have looked really cool. Because I think with all of the extra accoutrements of the C-rings in the hair, I think that muddles the look a little bit. And so it's like you can have a lot of drama and flair up here, but as you come down, it should tighten up a little bit and get a little softer of a silhouette. And I think because it jettisons back out again, I'm just not visually loving that. But she's matching the background of the promo, and that's really cool. I'm so excited to see Michaela again. She's gonna be a very good time. I'm already anticipating her going to the end because she's got the it factor. And oh boy, am I excited to see how she navigates the social game this time around. Next up is another personal favorite of mine, and that is Nearah Nuff. The moment Nearah walked into that workroom and a part of her costume fell off and she just kept posing and just didn't think about it, I fell in love with this girl. I am obsessed with Nearah Nuff. Nearah has one maxi win, and with her being here against Aurora, they are fully going to try their best to get them in a lip sync against each other at some point. I think that Nearah's gonna kill it because she did very well her first time around. She just had struggle points where I think she was doubting herself and hesitating, but she seemed like she was locked in, would just last minute get really close and then suddenly hit the brakes and back up when she should have gone full throttle every single week. Nearah had this little runway package her first season. And can I say, delusionally, I don't think that she should have been in the bottom for Out of the Closet. I actually am very obsessed with that pink and purple stewardess in the future kind of number. I thought it was cute and sultry. It was a little inappropriate for a stewardess in an airplane, but I thought she was cute. She was jet setting. And she had the most iconic lip sync, probably of all of Canada's Drag Race, the come through, Save Melinda, and let's put on a show. I am not in love with the look here for the promo. I don't like that the hair is down. I wish that that was up. I love the graphicness of the makeup, and I really like this face cage that she's got going on, but I wish that that translated into more armor-like pieces as it went downwards. The meshy fabric is throwing me off because that is taking it to another dimension. It's taking it to another century. It's taking it to a more medieval-like place, but then there's this fetishy latex bodysuit with some armor-like pieces on it, but then there's also some lace up, and there's clear details, and then there's this bubblegum pink as the color pop. I don't know. And then there's also some orange in there, it looks like. The silver boots are a bit of a crime to me. I don't like that color of a shoe. I just don't like them very much. Sorry, I love Nearah, but I don't like the look. Maybe she's watering down her promo look so that her actual run will be spectacular and we'll be really surprised by the glow up of her costuming on the main stage. That's what I'm gonna hope for. Cause her original promo look was less than spectacular. It was a little subtle and low key, but then on the runway she had some bangers. Nearah's gonna be top 4, guaranteed. Maybe even top 2, depending on how she plays the game and what the challenge order is. And if there's any type of lip sync for your life, Nearah's gonna wipe the floor with all of them. Next, coming in hot off of Global All-Stars is Pythia. Yo, giving us a kind of biblically accurate angel meets a Heartless or something from Kingdom Hearts. This is freaking cool. It's also kind of giving me the armor that the Birth by Sleep characters had on when they would go into their spacesuits. I'm loving the wings on here. That purple is such a great pop because it's such an interesting shade of plum. I like this white bodysuit. It's so intricate in the way that it's been designed. All the style lines are sick. And the graphicness of that makeup pushes that this is very android-like in its character. That headpiece is really interesting and cool. This is maximalism at its finest because there's so much going on, but it's very clean. And then those shoes are sickening. They almost look like they've got wheels on them. Pythia is getting the Soa Demuse treatment. Someone who went to the finale of their original season, went to Global and did how they did, and now is coming back for a proper All-Stars. And I worry that she is gonna get the exact Soa treatment and be first or second out. Actually, no, I'm rescinding that. I think she'll be very early out. I don't think Pythia is going to go to the finale. And here's why. What we'll see often on Drag Race is that someone will come in their very first season and kill it. They are so plugged in, they are ready to slay, they make it all the way to the end, and they come back for All-Stars and they do less than good because their bar was raised really high. When you come back a third time, you have to be above your A game because the judges are expecting you to do just as well as last time, if not better, and then they also want you to be better than your second time around. And not everyone is gonna get Ginger or Georgist. There's a lot of girlies like Yara Sofia who came back for All-Stars 1 and I think did very well. Could have gone to the finale with Alexis, but got eliminated unfairly, and then came back for All-Star 6 and was third out. And I worry that Pythia is gonna have a similar kind of trajectory, that she will not go further than the halfway point because the expectations are gonna be way too high for her. And that's kind of the hard part about multiple returns. And I think that's why Soa didn't make it all the way through France All-Stars. Soa had high expectations from her first run, higher expectations for being on Global, and maybe some of that residual judgment that the panel had went unfairly in Soa's game. And I think with Pythia being someone who has had multiple shots, and with the social game being such a pivotal part of Canada's Drag Race, that's gonna play a heavy role in how they decide who's gonna go home and who is going to stay. If the castmates have any type of say over what's gonna happen, I don't know if it's in the cards for Pythia. That bothers me a little bit because I think she could have won her first season. I think she should have won her first season actually. And she only had one maxi win where I think she could have had maybe one more. Anyways, we'll see what happens. Next up is Sami Laundry. I am so obsessed with this diva, giving us a kind of mod, milfy look. I'm loving the oversized boots and the arm cuffs. I love this gigantic foreskin collar into this sleek outfit. This is what Michaela should have looked like. This is actually exactly what I wanted to see from Michaela's look. They're practically the same silhouette and shape. Very different colors, but maybe that's why Michaela added something to hers to kind of distinctualize herself from Sami. I'm obsessed with the way that this diva thinks, the way that she operates, and the way that she conducts herself. She is so funny, but she is coming in fresh from season 6. Season 6 probably filmed, they probably had like 2 or 3 weeks max before All Stars started filming. I don't know if she had a lot of time to get a package ready. My personal worry is that Sami is gonna be a first out. And I kind of speculated when the rumors were floating around that anyone from season 6 was gonna struggle going into All Stars. Not everyone can be an Aja going into All Stars, coming directly off of their season, having a couple of weeks to prepare as people are getting to know them and the world is perceiving them. They are then filming for All Stars. That is a tough bill to be able to buy. Sell? What is the phrase? That's a tough bill. It's a tough receipt. Girl, Jer.exe has broken. Whatever that is, that CVS receipt is short. And I just don't know if Sami will have the amount of tools in her belt to be able to go through another season so quickly after her last one just ended. I don't want to be hateful here because I do love Sami. I just don't know if this was enough time. And I fear that she will be first out. And with only 1 maxi under her belt and 2 times in the bottom, it does trouble me that maybe it's just a little too quick after her run in Canada 6. I think the only person from that cast that could have jumped directly into an All-Stars would have been someone like a Saltina, because I do believe because of her TikTok presence, she probably has a little more resources to make something like that happen on a quick turnaround. Maybe. I think they wanted someone from 6 to come in, but I'm sure a lot of those girls didn't want to say yes. And the one person I would want to see desperately for an All-Stars would be Star Doll. And I am imagining that she's probably waiting for that Slation Royale call, because I think she'd do really well in Slation. Top 2 for Slation Royale, Tiny Deluxe and Star Doll. Putting it out into the world now. I love Sami, I just don't know if she's gonna go very far. And then the very last castmate is Tiffany Ann Co. I am so glad to see her here. Gagged though, because she is 10th place in her original season. Again, another early out stacked up against finalists. I foresee Tiffany going to the near end. I could see the elimination order going something like this. Sami first, Jackie Pythia somewhere second, third, Juice, Tiffany. Tiffany went into her original season with a lot of wind behind her. There was a lot of excitement that she was gonna be there. She had some great looks, fun energy, but just wasn't able to deliver it in the way that I think she really wanted to. It seemed like she was hesitating just a little bit. And so I think with a fresh new run, about a year and a half off the show, I think she's gonna come in with new rejuvenated energy. I'm loving this promo look already. I like the structure of those ribbons. It's very Sailor Moon. The corset is simple, but I don't think that's a bad thing in this look because it is giving Sailor Moon transformation. I'm really enjoying the way that these sleeves come out. The headpiece is very cute, albeit a little bit confusing because it makes her look like she's got Dumbo ears. And I don't know if that was the goal. Maybe it was. I'm really liking the shape of what's going on up here, those little hearts that are on this side. It is fully giving me 90s anime magical girl transformation, and I'm obsessed. I love those boots. There's a lot of VUPA though, visible upper pussy area. Maybe that was the point though. I mean, if it was meant to look like a magical girl transformation, a lot of those girlies were practically nude in those. And a lot of her aesthetic, her first time around, was that 90s superstar girl group member type of a vibe. So I kind of like that she's riffing off of what appears to be 90s anime. I'm very excited to see Tiffany here. I think she's gonna be a fun time. I think she's gonna be a little more locked in this time around. And I'm hoping that she's able to deliver. And that is our cast for Canada's Drag Race All-Stars. Just remember, don't put any spoilers or I will block you and you will never be able to post on this channel again. I'm trying to stay spoiler free, at least as best as I can, with the current internet being, oh, I'm excited for All-Stars, and then someone comes in and says, oh, well, so-and-so goes out third. Like, bitch, nobody asked you. Pisses me off. Who are you rooting for? Let me know in the comments below. And who do you want to win the whole thing? I'm so happy that Canada is finally getting their own proper All-Stars. I'm hoping that Crave will give them more episodes in the future so we can have a bigger season, a more impactful one, because there are so many girlies that I want to see show up on this franchise again, and I just want Crave to take a chance with them. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see y'all on the flip.